Hello, it's Barbara, and I'm going to show you how to make some mini accordion books. Obviously you can make these in any size, but I'm going to show you one that I've created with just 4x4 pieces of cardboard, foam board. Let's see here, you could make some foam board cutouts, cardboard, mat board, just about anything that's going to kind of hold up for your little book. And I've also included a PDF file that you could use so you can follow the directions a little more closely. The videos are kind of funny sometimes with stop and start, and you'll just get some more measurements and things to use. So let me show you one that I started, and it's a kind of a continual work in progress really, but just kind of a little thing with some nature collection. Made the cover with some leaves and some seeds, and just used a lot of Mod Podge to layer this all down, and I'll show you that in a minute too. And it's got its own self-tie thing here. So this is just a piece of raffia, and untie it. And it is a accordion style book. Okay, so all the pages are folded over and in on itself. I just slipped this little thing in here with some collections of grass, and at the beginning I just wrote a little nature poem from Rachel Carson and added a little leaf. And these can be like a collection of things that inspire you. Could be photos, could be a gift. Now you can see I also did something with this because my parchment paper wasn't quite long enough. The sheet I gave you says 21 inches, but my sheet wasn't that long, so I just made a little 1/4 inch tab and put the next page onto it. Okay, so I've done these as group projects too, like each person could make a section and then you put them all together and give it to somebody as a gift, or just memory kind of an item. I've collected little pressed flowers and things that I plan to add in here too. So, you know, you can have a theme, no theme, just a container for things that inspire you. And my piece got hung up in here, but then this goes around the back. So let me show you another one that shows a little bit more how this thing goes together here. So this little piece has some fabric on it. This is just a fabric wrapped around a piece of foam board. So this is the cover, right? So this is before it's all assembled. And you see I've got this piece of ribbon laying in here. Let's take the inner pages out right now and the back cover. So this is going to be laid on here, and again, directions will give you more, but this then is covered with another piece. See, this is going to be glued on here, and actually what's going to be covering here is your accordion pages. Whoops. So this is a 21 piece sheet. It's 3.5 inches tall, and just enough to come inside your cover, which is 4 inches. So then you can glue this down, and that's going to hold your ribbon in place. And then when you bring your pages down, all right, we're going to imagine we've glued all this down the front page to the cover. Then your back cover is going to be glued onto this back page then. Alright, so now it's all glued together. And then this longer piece is going to end up coming around the back of your book. So then when you have your book, flipped it over. So then when you have your book and your ribbon is in the front page here, this is wrapped around the back, then you can just tie that together and it holds the whole book together. So like this earlier one I showed you, that raffia is laid down in that front cover. The pages fold down. Then your long end comes around the back, and then you can tie it here and it holds your whole book together. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right. So then how do we get the cover done? Well, I love to use handmade paper. It is my favorite. You can make your own paper. Wow, you've really got something going. So, and I've done that too, but that's a whole nother video. Anyway, this sheet here I trimmed, I cut it with scissors, or you can use your rotary blade. But sometimes handmade paper creates a really cool ragged edge too. But for this case, you're going to be covering it anyway with your inside pages, so it doesn't really matter. But just so you know, handmade paper does some really cool things when you pair it. Perfectionism, gave that up a long time ago. See, it's got a really fun edge. So sometimes you can make your cover out of just torn pieces of paper too. So the easiest way I have found to do this cover is using your Mod Podge. I just paint a layer of Mod Podge on here. Alright, and just lay this down in here. You can still move it around a little bit, so, and this is a 6 by 6 piece of paper, so you have enough edging on it to go around the back. And you know, you can come back here and make sure that this is all kind of laying flat, but you're going to put another coat on it too, so, and just putting a little bit of Mod Podge on the edges here. Alright, and then just on the top edge. And then you can just pull your sides down, okay? There's always more than one way to do things, and there's no right or wrongs really, it's just kind of a guideline. So I'm putting either side down. Okay, and then just kind of get your corners flattened down, and then just come in and do a triangle fold on the corners. Okay, now it helps if you put a little bit of glue underneath the corner there, triangle, and then go ahead and put some Mod Podge down on your piece. And then just fold it down like that. Fabric's a little more tricky. Try to keep your fabric thin. Alright, so then we got the same thing going on the other side here. Oh, okay, didn't turn it down first, but hey, it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to put a little bit more on this edge here. Alright, and then just fold it on down. Alright. Now, you could leave this just as is. I prefer to just put a whole nother coat on it. Anyway, that cover. So if you want to add something to that, like this thing, I found the definition of nature in the Old Dictionary. Old Dictionary pages make great covers too, by the way. So once I got that piece on there, then I just put another coat of Mod Podge on that, and it's ready to go for making your book. So have fun with this. As always, it is an opportunity to just practice some mindfulness and calm, kind of get all your things ready. Consider it as a fun thing to give somebody else. Work with some other people and collect them and put them together. Just another opportunity to use your creative brain to counteract the other anxiety brain, or just, yeah. So take care and have fun.